Tintin XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we welcome you to our final edition of the week here. We're live at the Pour Tap Room. What a fantastic, fantastic place this here, right here at the corner of Laura and Forsyth. People are already making their way in here, have not been here yet today, but I love it. It's spread out. There's 2 floors. There's a first floor and a second floor. There's TVs everywhere, fantastic food, and taps from more drinks, more beers, more cocktails than you could imagine. Self-pour, Carline.
They have one that is right up your alley.
I've never seen this before. They've got beers from all over, including, Icy Light. They have the Pittsburgh beer. My favorite beer is Icy Light. Every Pirates game I go to, I'll load up on them.
So we'll see you Tuesday.
You will see me Tuesday. I am not leaving. They have an Icy Light in here. How about that? How about Icy Light?
That's awesome, yeah.
But they also have, more importantly for others, so many local beers. Engine 15 is a place near my house. They have so Bold City IPAs. So they have an awful lot of the local beers brewed here in town, which is really a cool thing. A lot of those here, and of course from all around. But they have Icy Light in here. I told Tony, the owner, when I got in here, I said, the reality is I drove today, so I'm probably not going to drink while I drive, kind of a little thing of mine. But I'm coming back. My friend Uber's dropping me off, okay? And when my friend Uber drops me off, I will dive deeply into the Icy Light. I can promise you that.
Absolutely. It's a good plan, and yeah, if you're looking for a place to watch football, my goodness, this is fantastic right here. So
what a great setup!
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, TV's all again. I said this downtown. You're trying to revitalize downtown. Well, this is a great start. I promise you that. It's a great setup. Again, right here on the corner of Laura. It's on Laura Street, the corner of Laura and Forsyth, kind of just right across, catty corner across from Visit Jacksonville. If you know this area downtown, you know it well. Great crowd in here already. He said Tony told us. The first preseason game, Steelers-Jags in here, absolutely crazy. Packed every seat here. A great place to watch sports. So it's called the Pour Tap Room downtown, and we hope you come by and visit. It's a wonderful place, and they work very hard at it. The TV setup is good. I'm big into TV setup. You know what I mean? The TV. So,
you are.
And they're high, so the TV setup's good, so it's a great place to come. So I hope you'll come hang out with us. So a lot of fun things to try. Frangie, Hayes, Carline, JJ LaSelva with you. Glad you're with us on this Friday edition of the program. All kind of fun stuff to get to. I will tell you, on a Friday afternoon on the First Coast, USF's going to be a problem. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now, I'm not. I think Florida will beat USF, but I'm not as sure. I don't feel as good about that as I did yesterday at this time. Is that fair?
It's certainly not a layup, which, I think we all sort of thought. I mean, Long Island is a layup, but I mean, in terms of playing against a D1 opponent, you felt like it was a game in which Florida would have to play really, really poorly for USF to have a chance to win in the Swamp, and that may not be the case. USF may have a really strong team, and it's either that or Boise State was wildly overrated, which, could be the case as well. We'll see how Boise State fares, but that was a thrashing.
I mean, they took
they were down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, and then won the game 34-7.
Yeah, they took. And if you watched it, I know you did. I did too. More than just the score, they were more physical. They were faster. Everybody was covered. They ran to the ball.
How about that fake punt?
I know, and that, by the way, was Lachlan Hewitt threw it.
Yeah,
a St. Augustine kid. He's obviously good buddies. Hewlett. I said Hewlett. Will Hewlett, his dad, works with Denny Thompson, one of the guys around here that coaches quarterbacks. So our buddy Denny works with Will Hewlett with 6 points. So that was a terrific play call. But more than the play call, they've got some dudes. I think what stood out to me is that USF has some dudes, and so my first thought watching that after it was over, I said, that's great. Florida doesn't have enough good opponents. They got to get the best USF team in 25 years, probably. Now, it's one game. I know that. But it's certainly, if you've ever watched USF, that didn't look the way USF tends to look. That's the point.
Without a doubt. And again, Boise State has been one of the more reputable programs over the last 25 years. When you look at winning percentage, they're among the highest. They may even lead in winning percentage over the last 25 years. I know for a while they were. So it's a very consistent program. Now with the portal, with NIL, does Boise State, do they lose a step, with that? That I don't know. But it was a puzzling result on both sides. USF looking as good as they looked, but Boise State getting just absolutely just destroyed. I mean, look, we're not that far removed from Boise State beating FSU in an opener.
That's right.
And obviously this generation, all they've known is that Boise State is somebody you got to respect.
But weren't they just in the playoffs?
Yeah, last year.
But
even if you're a college kid, that miracle, Fiesta Bowl win over Oklahoma. I mean, that's been, you've known about that your whole life. So it is interesting to see. It is one game. Is Boise State headed to a 5-7? Really disappointing year. But I guess this is what I would say in terms of if you're looking for positives on Florida's side. You probably had to worry about sleepwalking a little bit for that game because you then go to LSU and go to Miami. Well, that's off the table because Napier and his assistants are going to be able to show them plenty of clips of them shredding Boise State in every element of the game. And, so there's that. And look, if Florida does go 9-3, they're going to be on the precipice of that playoff spot, that final spot. And if it's 9-3 Florida versus a 10-2 team from another conference like an ACC or Big 12, you need as much strength of schedule as you can muster. And you'd rather, assuming Florida can beat South Florida, you'd certainly rather the Bulls be 9-3 than 3-9 when you're trying to convince a committee to put you in over a team that had one fewer loss.
Yeah, and look, we're going to get into Florida later on, FSU as well, Georgia. But here's the bottom line. When you have what looks to be as brutal a conference schedule as Florida does, again, among the teams in the SEC, you play Texas and Georgia, you play at LSU, you play at A&M, you play at Ole Miss. If you look at just the league, how hard your league games are this year, the way it'll change a little next year. But when you look at how hard those leagues came in, and you add the fact that you play at Miami, okay? When you add all that up, the last thing you do is lose this one. You under no circumstances, if you compare the expectations that people have for Florida this year, which are higher than they've been in a while, to that schedule you have, the amount of hard road games you have, and the fact that, okay, maybe your coach isn't on as hot a seat now, but that seat can get hot again in a hurry. If you add all that up together, and now you can't lose to USF.
No.
If you lose to USF, it's almost like the rest of it doesn't matter.
Yeah, start packing your bags.
It almost feels that way. So anyway, again, that game's a week away. That game's 8 days from now, not 1 day from now. But I did not think I'd be in here today talking about USF. I figured, I told you I thought USF was going to win because I thought Boise was way off.
Right.
But I thought USF would win 24-21.
Yeah, and Boise was a 6.5-point favorite. So, this wasn't just an upset. It was an upset in dominating fashion.
Yeah, that's right.
And look, South Florida, they were going to have a great case to be ranked next week.
Yeah.
With all the... there's a lot of
Missouri's,
sticking out their chest because they scored 62 points last night against some, Arkansas high school.
Right.
But, in terms of when you conduct your top 25 voting, how do you leave South Florida out?
Yeah.
I don't know how you leave South Florida out. They just humiliated a ranked team.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
So, I'm not saying they should be, 16th in the country, but I would imagine USF should at least be 22-23.
And I will say this: we talked about the hot coach guy. Well, he's only 7-6 in his 2 years there, and Alex Golish, their coach, by the way, I don't know if you remember. He got on the map. He got on the map when 2 years ago FAU blew them out. They in his first year there, they beat them like 56-14. And he felt like Tom Herman ran up the score. So last year, in the return game, they handily beat FAU. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but Herman went to shake his hand. He slapped it. He slapped the hand away. Do you remember that?
I do not.
He slapped the hand. Tom Herman. He slapped the hand away of Herman, and that became a big controversy for last year. And so that kind of got him on that. But he was Josh Heupel's offensive coordinator both at USF and at Tennessee. So he's a big part of that play fast offense. So Golich is a coach that's respected. I guess that's kind of the point. He was under Heupel those years, so So he's got a chance to be a pretty good coach. So anyway, we'll see. That comes up next week. We'll talk about games this week. We'll talk a little bit of Jaguars during the program today. Pete Prrisco joins us at 5:15, and we'll certainly talk NFL with him and a little bit of Jaguars. We'll do our picks in the 5 o'clock hour as well. But today's the day to celebrate college football. The NFL, there aren't many times the NFL can relax and take the day off. The NFL gets the weekend off now. And then it's all NFL next week as we get ready for the Carolina Panthers to come. So we'll talk college football, all kind of college things to get to. Let's talk a little bit about what we saw last night. And then I'm going to start with FSU, Alabama. I think that's the game of note around here. Florida and Georgia should win easily. Miami plays a big one. We'll talk about that, too, against Notre Dame. But we'll start with a thought or two about the Noles. Glad you're with us. We're at the Pour Tap Room right here in downtown Jacksonville, Laura and Forsyth Street. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
The best place to get trucks is Nimnick Chevrolet, but did you know Nimnick Chevrolet is way more than just trucks? While most dealerships are running low, Nimnick has the largest inventory of new Chevy SUVs in town right on their lot. With low promotional rates, now is the time to save big on the most popular Chevy SUVs like the all-new redesigned Equinox. Plus, with cash incentives and Nimnick savings, you'll save thousands only at Nimnick. If you're looking for better fuel economy or just need a little more room for your growing family, Nimnick Chevrolet's wide range of models ready to drive means you'll find exactly what you're looking for at Nimnick. So head to Nimnick today. Of course, it's the best place for trucks. When you go to Nimnick, it's way more than trucks. It's great SUVs as well. So hit the Nimnick today. Where's the best place to get cars, trucks, and SUVs? Nobody but Nimnick.
1010XL's Hayes Carline represents you in the locker room.
So you gotta up your game.
Interview persons of interest so you'll have the information you need to get ready for game day.
Time to put on your game face.
Opened by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Denny Thompson here. Look, don't get left in the dark. We're all trying to reason with hurricane season, so at least be prepared. For top-of-the-line generators in Jacksonville, I turn to Tyson. Licensed pros at Tyson deliver reliable, whole-home standby generators and provide fast repair service. They even do custom installations for local businesses, so don't wait. Ensure seamless installation and peace of mind. Call Tyson now, 904-762-1000 for a free estimate on generator services. TysonInc.com.
Life happens every day, and sometimes it gets in the way. That's why 1010XL makes it easy to listen to your favorites. If you missed it, get it on demand.
At 1010XL.com.
Channeled by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
This is Nah Lawrence Stanfield, national champion and owner of NLS Cleaning, your commercial and residential exterior cleaning experts, where we do pressure washing, gutter cleaning, and paver sealing, plus window cleaning, the right way. Football season's back. Let us get your home or business looking its best. Mention this ad and get 20% off your first service. That's right, 20% off, but only through September 30th. Call us at 708-8802. That's 708-8802. NLS Cleaning, championship service every time.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. For all of your tires and automotive service needs, it's Big Chief Tire.
All right, we thank our friends from Big Chief Tire. 6 locations here on the First Coast. Orange Park and Mandarin are the 2 latest, but you know they have 2 on the west side. They're on the north side. They're on the south side. Right now, I don't care where you are. If you hear me and you have automotive issues, you're close to a Big Chief Tire. Oil changes and rotations and brakes, but most importantly, those fantastic tires. Great deals on those tires. Head to Big Chief Tire today. We're live at the Port Tap Room here in downtown Jacksonville, right at the corner of Laura and Forsyth, kind of catty-corner across from Visit Jacksonville. It's a wonderful setup, and what a cool new place here in town. All kind of self-pour, by the way. You come in, you get a wristband, and I'd never seen that.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that. So, and then once you get your wristband, you pour yourself, and based on they can tell how much and you're charged by the ounce. So you just go pour your own.
Fantastic.
You didn't know that, did you?
I did not.
It's technology, Hayes. That's what happens in the world today.
I love
it. So it's a self-pour with your wristband. Drink as much as you want. It'll tell you how much they owe you owe afterwards. And again, all kind of different beers on tap, cocktails on tap, wine on tap. It's all available here. And again, so many of the local.
You could even mix them like a beer version of the Arnold Palmer.
You could.
And try it.
I mean, but
you might stumble upon something.
And terrific food too. By the way, I was going through the menu. They've got great menu items as well. The burgers I hear are fantastic.
That's what I'm going to get.
Grilled chicken at BLT, shrimp po' boy, fish and chips. They got it all coming here and some appetizers as well. So come on by and see us here at the Port Tap Room. A great setup, and Tony and his team have done a great job building this thing. That much is truly for sure. All right, well, anything other than USF being better than you expected, UCF did not look very good.
No.
Nebraska-Cincinnati was a painful watch, I thought.
Yeah.
I think the quarterback, Dylan Raiola, I watched him last year. He started every game last year. He was the #1 recruit in the country. He was going to Georgia. I remember watching his highlights because, I'm goofy about that. I like watching those highlights. And I watched a lot of his highlights as a high schooler and thought he looked as NFL ready or college ready as any quarterback I had seen in a long time. But I've now watched him 13 games plus 1 as a collegian. I think he's just okay. Now, it's interesting. Matt Rule went and hired Dana Holgerson, the former the air raid guy, who's been around as a head coach a few places.
He reminds me of Matthew McConaughey in True Detective.
He does. Yeah, he does a little bit.
Which is not a compliment.
No, but he does. But I thought Raiola didn't look very good. I thought Nebraska didn't look very good. I thought Cincinnati. Now again, maybe you can say, well, it's good defense. I thought UCF didn't look very good. Other than USF, who was very impressive. And again, I didn't watch Minnesota or Missouri very much. But I was underwhelmed by some of the teams I saw other than USF last night.
Well, the UCF thing is really interesting for them to, basically be in a 10-10 tie with Jacksonville State. They ended up getting the 17-10 win, but they had some momentum, and the last thing that they need as a program is to join the Big 12 and then disappear into the abyss, which they started to under Gus Malzahn. And, it's unfair to put much on Scott Frost when it's one game in, but they don't need a 4-8 year. I mean, they need to try and keep the momentum going there. And so, that was a concern. Now, again, it could just be first game, new head coach. It could be the worst game they play all year, and they may end up going on to win 8 or 9 games. But yeah, that would be a concern that game was as tight as it was. And, I'm excited about tonight. Auburn, Baylor.
Yep, that's a good one.
I'm intrigued by that. I think Georgia Tech, Colorado Both those games kick at 8 tonight. So, Georgia Tech, Greg McGarity said it yesterday, and I think you've talked about it too. Georgia Tech may be on the precipice of a surprisingly strong year. It feels like it's been a while since they've been really nationally relevant.
Yeah.
But it seems like they've got a good foundation. And if they go to Boulder tonight and get a win over Dion, that'd be a nice week 1 road win right out of the gate.
I agree. By their standards, because they got Haynes King back. He's back for his 34th year of college football. But seriously, Haynes King is a guy that's played a lot of football, started out at Texas A&M. He's a veteran quarterback, and he played. Look, he played well against Miami down the stretch. Almost beat Georgia. And so yes, this could be the year. Georgia Tech's one of those schools. They're never going to be great, and they're never going to have sustained good, but they're going to have occasional good, and this could be the occasional good for the Georgia Tech football.
I see them as a sleeping giant. Like, to me, I don't understand why Georgia Tech in this new era can't be a really strong, consistent football program. You're in Atlanta. You've got to have a tremendous alumni base in terms of money. It may not be as many people in your alumni base as some of the bigger state schools, but I would imagine, Georgia Tech's been playing elite college football for, a century.
Right.
So I have to think that, with the NIL, with the revenue sharing, you're in Atlanta, there'd be a lot to sell. So they're a program. We obviously know about Texas Tech and the investment that they're making. But Georgia Tech's another one that I could see elevating themselves in terms of what they've been for the last 20 years. As we move forward. But, you got to take advantage of what looks to be a pretty good roster. And if you go to Colorado and lay an egg, then a lot of that momentum disappears.
What people have said, Hayes, really for the longest time, even well before this, the NIL era, is why can't Georgia Tech be good? Because Atlanta's a great city to draw to. One of the answers has been because there's not heritage and much legacy, that despite all those smart engineers that came out of there, I've told you this before, it's not how many smart alumni you have or wealthy alumni, it's how many of them are committed to putting those dollars into the football program, and Georgia Tech's had a heck of a time. I can tell you, I say this all the time, people say, well, Alabama and Texas and Ohio State have all the money. No, they don't. Harvard and Stanford have way more rich boosters or rich alumni. They may not be boosters. They have way more rich alumni than Alabama or Ohio State. It's Alabama and Ohio State's rich alumni put the money into it. Well, Georgia Tech is more on the Stanford-Harvard side than they are the Alabama-Ohio State side. They got a bunch of very successful people in the engineering world, but they have a heck of a time getting those people engaged in football. That's just a reality. And I've heard basketball coaches I have that conversation with Bobby Ross or George O'Leary, guys that have been there. They'll tell you it's been a hard go. But you're right. This could be a pretty good football team for them. So I'm excited, too, about tonight's game. And Auburn's really intriguing. Auburn, look, Hugh Freeze has been good every stop he's made somewhere, which led brain surgeons like me to say he's going to crush it at Auburn. Yet I know he just got there. It's only been a few years, but he hasn't been very good in this trip back to Auburn. I was surprised. And again, I'm not going to hide from what I said. I thought he would do great at Auburn. It's been a clunky start, I think, for him.
It has. They've got talent. You look at the mock drafts and the top 50 overall in the SEC, and ESPN did a top 100 best players in the nation, and Auburn has good representation on it for a program that not much is expected of this year. But I'll never discount Auburn. I just think that they're one of those schools that they're in a downturn, but that will not last forever. And when they come back, it'll come out of the blue.
Yeah.
That's just who Auburn, that's how they're wired. This could be a year where Auburn goes and wins 9 games and surprises people and pulls a couple big upsets, because that's sort of who Auburn is. They're not going to stay down for long. They're probably overdue to bounce back. They do have a coach that has proven he can win in the SEC. He's put some talent on the roster. We don't know about quarterback. That's obviously going to tell the tale. But if they have fixed quarterback, Auburn could be, dangerous. Again, there's 16 teams in this conference, and there's only so many wins to go around. But Auburn is a team that I think, again, very interested to see how they handle the trip to Baylor tonight. Because boy, you can't. That's for Hugh Freeze. That's one you can't lose to Baylor.
Well, to your point about quarterback, Jackson Arnold's now there. He was supposed to be all the rage at Oklahoma, and it didn't work out. So Oklahoma now has moved on to John Mateer, and he's moved on to Auburn. I'll say this: you never know in this portal era where every quarterback so many quarterbacks have changed teams. You never know which team is going to find the guy that strikes gold at his new place. You never know. So most don't, but every now and then, and most of the ones that do, a guy like Caleb Williams was good before he got to his new place. So it's rare that you find a guy that struggled and is great at his new place. But you do find some guys who are much better because it's a better fit. And so we'll see whether or not that turns out at Auburn. So Auburn will be fun to watch tonight. I agree with you. And then tomorrow, Then tomorrow, I think there's a chance for some great games all day long. We'll get to Ohio State, Texas in a minute. What do you expect from Syracuse, Tennessee? That's also a noon kick. What are your expectations for that game?
I think Syracuse wins.
I would not shock me.
I think Syracuse in an upset tomorrow. I just think, I think Heupel is a good offensive coach, and I think Tennessee has got the right guy, and I think they're going to be fine long term with Josh Heupel. But to me, that's a dangerous game. You don't know about the quarterback. They also lost some other pieces to the portal, even beyond Nico. And so, Syracuse, I like the identity of that program. I like the physical nature that Fran Brown has. I think he does have a group that has responded well to him. And so I'm going to put that one down. Give me Syracuse in an upset over Tennessee to start the year off.
That's not in our picks. We should have put it in our picks if I don't know.
Well, we could add it.
We may need to add it. Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to start with the Noles. Florida State, Alabama. Number one, the significance of the game. Is Florida State in a moral victory period? That if they lose 31-30, it's a moral victory? Is that a problem for Florida State to be there? Can they win the game? We'll talk Noles and Tide after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL, brought to you by San Jose Collision.
The wait is over as we're officially in game week for your Florida Gators. The Gators will kick off their 2025 season this Saturday in the Swamp as they welcome the Long Island University Sharks, with kickoff coming at 7 p.m. Catch the game airing live on 1010XL 92.5 FM, with pregame coverage beginning to air at 4.
This is the final week of Beards Diamond's incredible free finance offer. Hicken here. This week only, make any purchase, spread those payments over 5 years without a dime in interest payments. Not just on engagement rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry. Buy now, pay nothing down, spread your payments over 5 years. Such a smart way to buy, and nobody else can do it. 5 years, 0 interest. You can even finance the sales tax. All GIA certified diamonds are included in this. I'm talking rounds, princess cuts, ovals, pear-shaped, cushion cuts, emerald cuts. You get the idea. Whether you get a $5,000 diamond or a $50,000 diamond, spread those payments over 5 whole years. Get the Beards Diamonds unbeatable price. Pay 0 down, spread your payments over 5 years. Lots of folks are doing this, but time is running out. The offer ends on Sunday and will not be extended. Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center. Shop local, shop Beards.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner with honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, every day feels like the weekend. Fresh, never frozen chicken wings, tossed in over 30 bold flavors, paired with ice-cold beer and handcrafted cocktails. All in a laid-back, beachy atmosphere. And with every game on the big screens, it's the ultimate escape. And you're home for sports, too. Great food, cold drinks, and all the games. That's Hurricane Grill and Wings. Escape the ordinary and find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. For all of your tires and automotive service needs, it's Big Chief Tire.
And we do appreciate our friends from Big Chief Tire with 6 locations here on the First Coast again. Mandarin, the most recent, Orange Park before that, and then the 4 you've always known about. 2 on the west side, 1 on the north side, 1 on the south side. If you need tires, automotive service, brakes, oil changes, they do it all. Alignments, Big Chief Tire Company. We sure appreciate them. They do a wonderful job. Frangie and Carlion with you today. JJ LaSelva back at World Headquarters. All right, 3:30 in the afternoon at the Doak. What are your expectations? How that game plays out, even out of the gate. It's hard to know. We even asked Rick, and he didn't have a good field. What are your expectations?
I think if you're Mike Norvell, you're going to have to do something early to seize momentum of this game. Is it a fake punt? Is it an onside kick? Something to try and motivate and inspire your group. I again, looking at FSU's depth chart, I think it's underwhelming. I think if you try and play this game straight up, if you're Mike Norvell, I think it's going to be a really, really difficult putt against Alabama. Because I think Alabama, if you did an open draft of these rosters, I think of the first 25 guys that are getting picked, 20 of them play for the Tide. And so, I think to counteract that, you've got to steal a possession. So I think if Mike Norvell is conservative early, the game can get away from FSU, and they're going to lose their crowd at whatever crowd advantage it's going to be.
So you got to attack.
I think you've got to attack, go for it on 4th and 4, something. You've got to take a risk early and hope that you hit. And that would be my advice, because I think it's going to be a tough day unless something magical happens early for FSU.
There's just so many. I mean, I've pulled up the FSU depth chart for the purpose of this segment, and there's just so many guys I know little about. Now, I know Squirrel White, good little receiver from Tennessee. I think that was a good get for them. Deuce Robinson's a big receiver. He's the son of Dominic Robinson, who formerly played there. He's got a chance to be a good player. And again, I'll stand by what I said before. I like that Tommy Castellanos was a little bit chirpy. You made a good point. If there's any chance Alabama was asleep at the wheel, they won't be now, which is a good point. But I don't care. I like the fact that he said, listen, we're freaking Florida State. We plan on taking it to them. We're not afraid. This isn't Vanderbilt coming in there. We're the team that just won. We're the team with 3 national titles since the 90s, okay? We're legit, and we're Florida State, and we're not afraid, and we're playing at home, and let's go. I wonder how he plays, though, because he's a runner more than a passer, and it's hard for running quarterbacks to do much against defenses as fast as Alabama. That's the problem, is I don't know how he matches up against a really fast defense.
And I don't think you have to utilize any of your defenders to blitz him, because you want him to deliver from the pocket. So I wouldn't blitz him at all. I mean, I would drop 7 guys consistently into coverage and keep my eyes on him. And when he breaks, I'd go tackle him. I mean, that's to me, it's going to be difficult because I think Castellanos is going to have to make some superhuman plays to keep FSU in this game. Because I really don't. The other part of that is I don't think FSU can protect him anyway on a 4-man rush. So not only do I not have to blitz him, I also think if I'm Alabama, I can create pressure on him with just my front 4. So I mean, I think it's going to be tricky for FSU in terms of that. Yeah, I mean, he's a good runner, but Alabama has seen this kind of player many times before, and you just keep him in the pocket and make him deliver it from the pocket. If Thomas Castellanos has to deliver 35 passes from the pocket, history tells us he's about a 50% completion guy, and he's just as able to throw a pick as he is a touchdown.
See, I think they got to keep it out of a track meet game. The flip side of it is Ty Simpson hasn't played very much. He's been around forever. I think he was the backup to Namath. Okay. I mean, he's been in Alabama forever. And I do think history tells us, certainly last year this was not the case, but history tells us, even in the bad years, Florida State has found its way into some very good defensive players, some athletic defensive players, defensive guys who can run. If Florida State has enough dudes on defense just to make it tough for a brand new quarterback, keep the game in the teens. Keep the game, because I will tell you this is one of those games. It is still Kalen DeBoer's second year. And when you're still kind of new, you're nervous. And you want to get on the hot seat? Go lose to last year's 2-10 Seminole team. And if I'm the Noles, can I keep it 17-13 somebody late third? Because you know what happens then?
Oh, all the pressure's on Alabama.
Then all the pressure's really on them. Then Alabama gets tight. Because if it's 17-13 either way in the third period, all of a sudden Alabama's tight and FSU gains confidence. It's almost funny to talk about Florida State University. Florida State is the team that needs to somehow, some way find that confidence. But that's what I think they are. I think they're a team that needs to. So we'll see. We'll see if that winds up happening. Florida State, Alabama, keep it close if you're the Noles. Tommy Castellanos, make a play or two, because then they will trust you, that they being your teammates. They haven't seen him yet. You know the way to get buy-in from your teammates, if you're the leader, if you're the captain, if you're the guy that broke the rock or whatever they do at the end of camp, is make a play or two early against one of the biggest brand names in college football. So we'll see. All right, we got headlines coming on the other side. Hayes has a bunch for you. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Go! Your play-by-play home of Bulldogs football is 1010XL.
It's the home opener at Skinner Barco. The Bulldogs go for 3 in a row against Trinity Christian. Friday night at 7 on 1010 AM.
With Lee and Kate's glass, you're gonna see a big difference. For 100 years, service you can trust. Lee and Kate's glass, depend on us. Glass solutions to meet your needs. Reliable quality guaranteed. Complete customer satisfaction. With Lee and Kate's glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Frangie, and I got to tell you, I can't fix anything. I would be so lost with plumbing problems if not for Duck Duck Rooter. But everybody knows to call the Duck. Well, I do too. Whether it's plumbing, air conditioning, septic, they handle all of it, and nobody does a better job than our friends at Duck Duck Rooter. Any of those needs you have, call them today, 904-862-6769, or go to duckduckrooter.com. If you've got problems, call Duck Duck Rooter. They'll handle it, I guarantee it.
Big personalities, bold opinions, lunch just got louder. Josie, Matt, and Leon are XL Prime Time from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Any questions? Yeah, what's lunch?
Noon to 2 on 1010 XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, school's in session, and here's today's lesson. We have hundreds of certified vehicles to choose from, starting as low as $89.99. Plus, they come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile peace of mind warranty and free oil changes. That means you and your soon-to-be drivers will be protected. Plus, every purchase allows us to fund teachers' projects for the entire school year. Your next assignment, get to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, or Beaver Mitsubishi in St. Augustine. We're here to wow you and our teachers.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
No more climbing ladders or tree shopping or untangling lights. Nope, Kuhn Flowers will take care of all of it for you this fall when you schedule their holiday home decorating team. This is Frank Frangie with 1010XL, and now's a good time to call on Kuhn Flowers. They'll do it all this fall.
Hey, it's Vegas time. This is former Jags linebacker Tom McManus from Helmets and Heels, and we want you to come and join us once again in Las Vegas for the Raiders game weekend. If you've not been to the Circus Stadium Swim, you're missing out on 6 temperature-controlled pools and a massive 143-foot screen with all the current sports betting action. Plus, all you Jaguar fans are invited to huddle up with Helmets and Heels at the Overhang Bar with our pregame tailgates on Friday with drink specials and special giveaways.
Lauren Brooks here. Taylor Dahl, Tom McManus, and myself will be broadcasting Helmets and Heels live on air from a Stadium Swim cabana on Friday, October 31st. Then hosting the wildly popular Jacksonville Huddle Up Friday evening at the Overhang Bar inside Circa. If you were there last year, you know you won't want to miss it. If you've already booked your flight to Vegas for the big game and are still searching for accommodations, stay where we're staying at Circa Resort and Casino from October 30th to November 3rd.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
I know you love sports, so why not take that passion and make a difference in your community as a volunteer coach with the YMCA? Whether it's soccer, basketball, volleyball, or flag football, the Y is always looking for positive role models to help kids grow in both skills and character. Even if you've got no coaching experience, that's fine. We'll provide the training. Step up, give back, and be the coach that makes a difference. To volunteer, visit your local Y or fcymca.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
We appreciate our friends at Harrell & Harrell. You can reach them at 251-1111. Frank, we're going to start with the Jaguars. A new edition of The Hunt is out, and it is a doozy. It is about an hour long, but it is great stuff. Really goes into training camp and the selection of the 53-man roster. Really cool. Takes you inside the staff meetings where it's just Gladstone, Cohen, the coordinators. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and look, 2 things here. Number one, you've heard us rave about that digital department, Patrick and Dave and and so many people in there. Trent and Gabby, they all do such a fantastic job. And they're as good as I've ever seen. They also would tell you the unprecedented access that James and Liam now give them makes it even easier for them to do that outstanding work. So yeah, if you haven't watched The Hunt yet and you want to see how a team gets selected and how 53 is, it's fantastic work. You can find it on Jaguars.com, or you can go to their social channels where they've linked it all. A great addition to The Hunt. I agree with you.
The Jaguars get receiver Austin Trammell back to the practice squad.
Not surprising. They like him. He's a good player. They think he can help them in time. He's the guy on the practice squad, even if it's just 3 normal elevations, or they could sign him off their own practice squad. I'd be surprised if he doesn't play some football for the Jags. He's probably their best punt returner other than Parker Washington. He probably would. I think if Parker ever gets hurt, then they will elevate Trammell just to return punts. He also is probably their next best receiver that plays like their receivers play. So I would be surprised if Austin Trammell somewhere along the line doesn't play football for the Jags this year.
Let's get to around the NFL. The Patriots surprisingly released safety Jabril Peppers today. Peppers is entering his 9th season and looking for his 4th team. Would you have any interest if you're the Jaguars?
Yeah, I think so. I would have to know more about where he is health-wise and where's his level of talent compared to when he got into the league. He's been around a while, but he's a physical player, played at a big school, so he certainly got into the league ready to play. Yes, I would have interest. I know the Jags. I know the Jags. My guess is safety is one of the positions they're still checking the waiver wire and looking at possible trades, so it would not surprise me at all.
We're going to start looking at some underrated Week 1 matchups in the NFL. These are games that aren't in special blocks. Thursday night, we got a Friday game Week 1, obviously Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. So we're sticking with games that are on Sunday. How about this one? Texans at Rams, 4:30 on Sunday.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance the Jags lead the division after the first week because I think the Jags are going to beat the Panthers, and I'd pick the Rams in that game.
Yeah, and the Titans are in Denver, so they have very little chance.
Yeah, so I would think first place is awaiting after Week 1.
Yeah, certainly could be. Let's get it to college football. We've talked a lot about Florida's brutal schedule. I mean, you've got Texas, Georgia, LSU, and South Florida. The Bulls dismantled 25th ranked Boise State 34-7.
That's the most significant thing by a wide margin to come out of day one for me. Really, last weekend and day one. The most significant thing is it looks like South Florida's pretty good. Now, again, that's going to resonate more for us, more for JJ, because they play them the next week after Florida plays them. But I think that's what's going to resonate around here. Again, let's be honest. If Florida wasn't playing them, I would have noticed they're pretty good, but I probably wouldn't have emphasized it. But because they are playing them now, I think there's some significance. Again, let's assume things go according to plan tomorrow night, and the Gators beat Long Island 55-10 or whatever the score is going to be, and everybody's healthy. So you're on schedule. I still believe next week is the second half game. I don't think it's a rout. And again, you made a good point earlier. We don't know if Boise might have lost all their guys and it's way off. But I think South Florida shows up in Gainesville ready to play. Florida's got to be careful not to look ahead. They travel to LSU 6 days later. That's a dangerous look ahead game. If nothing else, last night should help keep that from happening. But I think South Florida's pretty good.
I was also glad that this should eliminate Boise State from the playoffs. They made it last year with Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
So at least there'll be maybe some new blood. I mean, I don't think any of those teams should just automatically get a spot. But at least whoever that automatic spot ends up going to probably will not be Boise State. You would not think.
Yeah, I agree with that. And by the way, I'm interested to see as the season goes along, how good is Boise? I mean, if Boise all of a sudden is 2-5, then maybe USF wasn't that good. But to my eye test last night, it wasn't just that they blew out Boise. They looked big, long, athletic. It looked like a good team to me.
Absolutely. UCF struggled with Jacksonville State, but survived 17-10. Cause for alarm?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was Jacksonville State's interesting. They're not very good. But they've got, Charles Kelly's their head coach now, the defensive coordinator at FSU and Colorado most recently. They got Clint Trickett on their staff, so they've got a grown-up staff, right? And so they're gonna be a pain in the butt your first game. The game also was delayed by weather for a long time, and that can get you out of your rhythm. So a lot of funky things happen, but it sounds like I'm making excuses. UCF didn't look very good.
Nebraska picks off a pass in the end zone to preserve a 20-17 win over Cincinnati in Arrowhead.
Yeah, that game was a hard watch. Again, a close, and not because it was a low scoring. Some low scoring games that are close at the end are fun to watch. That was just what did you think? I thought it was a harsh game to watch.
I did too. I thought Rayola's first half touchdown pass right at the end of the first half was a thing of beauty. He put that in a great spot. But yeah, some inconsistency. One thing that I will tip my hat to, The Nebraska fans are so great.
Right.
I mean, they took over Arrowhead. That was a Cincinnati home game that they elected to move to Arrowhead, the home of the Chiefs.
And that was dumb.
And that did not go their way. I mean, it radiated through the screen that the Nebraska fans were way more prevalent than the Cincinnati fans.
Well, every home game's been a sellout forever.
Yeah.
And I will tell. I've told you this before. I've been to most of the college stadiums of note. I've never been to Nebraska. That's the one I've missed. And their crowd, they have great fans. They have truly great fans. I agree with you. Arrowhead felt like a Nebraska home game.
A couple of interesting games tonight at 8 o'clock. Auburn at Baylor and Georgia Tech at Colorado. Will you be keeping your eye on either one of those?
Yes, we have dinner plans with some friends tonight, so I probably won't be watching when they start, but I'll be home sooner rather than later. And by second half, I'll be, I think those are two games that really have my attention. So, yes, absolutely will.
Shane Matthews said something really interesting on the State Farm College Football Report on Wednesday's Frangie Show, and we haven't talked about it, but I wanted to ask you, we know what Jaden Baugh and Jacoby Jackson have become.
Right.
I was surprised Shane still thinks KD Daniels is Florida's best back.
Yeah, he said that. I think what's happened, though, is he's fallen. He's a Mississippi guy, and I think he's fallen in love with him. Remember, he told us that last year. He thought he was their best.
And he said, I still love Baugh and Jackson.
Yeah.
But he's like, I think Daniels is the best one of the three.
And I don't doubt that he's good. I can't have an opinion about KD Daniels. I haven't seen him. Trayon Webb, who's hurt again. The Jacksonville guy is the fourth guy in that group, and then they have some freshmen. I can't comment about KD without having seen him. I will tell you, Jaden Baugh is an NFL back. Jaden Baugh is a high draft pick.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time thinking KD Daniels is better than others. I mean, Jaden, if Jaden Baugh stays healthy, boy, oh boy, the kind of with that offensive line, and if there's a fear, like RPO fear of DJ Lagway keeping it, the numbers that number 13 could put up this year might be really significant. They really might.
Without a doubt, the Sports Business Journal reports that Texas quarterback Arch Manning has projected earnings this year of $6.8 million in NIL money. Miami's Carson Beck is second at $4.3 million.
How about, isn't that amazing? $4 million to be a college.
How about almost $7 for Arch?
I know.
Why would he enter the draft?
Yeah, well, that's right. You're exactly right. Why not? If you're making $7 million a year, why not play all 4 years? Why would you not?
I agree. We'll see what obviously he ends up deciding to do. But huge money out there for these elite college quarterbacks. Let's get to Major League Baseball. Philadelphia slugger Kyle Schwarber makes history, becoming the 21st player to hit 4 home runs in a game. He was 4 for 6 with 9 RBI in a 19-4 win over Atlanta. He now has 49 home runs on the season, one off Cal Raleigh's MLB lead.
Yeah, Schwarber is the quintessential home run hitter in today's Major League Baseball. He's a launch angle guy. He's got a short, compact swing. If you remember Bob Horner, I know you do. He's got his swing is the left-handed Bob Horner. Remember how short and compact Horner's swing was? They're kind of built the same. So he's the left-handed swing of Bob Horner, who also hit 4 home runs in a game once.
That's right.
So this is Schwarber is, even though Raleigh's got the most home runs this year, Schwarber is the quintessential home run hitter in today's baseball. No telling how many he's going to hit before he's done.
Let's get to college basketball. Have you seen the video of Todd Golden draining half-court shots before the title game?
4 in a row.
How about that?
Yeah, how did that never get out until like a week ago?
Isn't that amazing?
I mean, he made 4 half-court shots, and he walked away so cocky in the last one, kind of turned around. That was amazing.
Houck's reaction is great. He just can't believe it.
He was. He put his hand on his head. I will tell you, and again, we're in football season. Well, we have plenty of time in November, December. I think they really scheduled. They might have overscheduled. I told you that. Nobody else seemed to think it, but it worries me. But what he has built in 3 years, and again, it's football time. Well, we have plenty of time to talk basketball down the road. But what he has built in 3 years is nothing short of amazing. I mean, Billy Donovan won back-to-back titles, but he did it in his 11th and 12th years there. This is year 3. What he has built is one of the most magnificent things I've ever seen.
It's incredible, no doubt about it. Let's get it to the NBA. The Athletics' Andrew Marchand reports Doris Burke has been demoted from the NBA Finals broadcast team and replaced by Tim Legler.
Yeah, she got criticized a lot. She didn't bother me. I thought she was fine. I don't know if she thought she was great or not. But Legler's a rising star, and I do know there were a lot of complaints about Doris.
Let's get into pop culture. Happy birthday to actress Rebecca De Mornay. The risky business starlet turns 66 today.
See, here you go again, lying. You're making up stuff. Every now and then you'll just make up stuff. There's no way Rebecca De Mornay is as old as me, okay? So that's not possible. So obviously you're lying again about that. And by the way, with all due respect to that little movie, Risky Business, that maybe a few people watched, you left out The Slugger's Wife.
Oh.
Okay.
Fantastic. She got cheated out of an Oscar.
I mean, there's no question. The spectacular movie, The Slugger's Wife. I can now confirm that all 14 people that ever watched it, you and me included, really liked it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's get it to gaming, because this week, back in 1997, GoldenEye is released on Nintendo 64, one of the greatest video games ever made.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's fantastic.
My favorite game of all time.
Is it really?
Wow.
Okay, great. Isn't it hard to believe 28 years ago the game came out?
That's
We've got
sad.
people at the bar like, really? Is that true? Yep, 28 years ago. GoldenEye came out. Fantastic game. Nothing better than sneaking behind one of those spies with your silencer and taking them out. Because when you would shoot a guy in this game, they had different ways of falling. It was awesome. So much fun. A great mental game, too. GoldenEye, happy anniversary. 28 years ago today came out. We will get you out on our musical note of the day. Michael Jackson, born on this day back in 1958. Jackson would have turned 67 today.
How about that?
We lost the King of Pop in 2009, one of the greatest entertainers to ever walk the planet. Over 500 million albums sold worldwide. This is Smooth Criminal.
Like Rebecca De Mornay, he's my age, and so, or was my age. I'll say this. Of all the concerts I've seen in my lifetime, and I'm a big concert guy, so I've seen them all. Seeing the Victory Tour here, seeing Michael Jackson on stage in the mid-'80s was one of the most magnificent entertainment things ever. I mean, never saw Elvis, but I mean, seeing Michael Jackson, well, honest to God, it's one of the most incredible things I ever saw, really.
Absolutely.
We'll take a break. More in a moment. 1 hour to go, live from the Poor Tap Room. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Hey, it's Carline here to let you know about my new tailgate obsession, Daisy French Onion Dip. If you love eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching football, you'll love the new Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip. These are game changers, as delicious as a homemade dip, made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. You've got to try them. Once you do, you'll be hooked. Look for Daisy French Onion Dip at your grocery store.
He's not passionate about sports.
That's what I'm talking about. You're wound so tight.
Jeff Prosser.
Just relax for a second.
A picture of calm.
Take 10 minutes, and then you can go back to screaming.
Mornings on the Drill.
I promise. I'll join you.
On 1010XL.
I'm Holt Harrell with Harrell & Harrell. Choosing a law firm after an accident is an important decision. With so many messages, we know it can all sound the same. At Harrell & Harrell, we believe what sets us apart is our commitment to you. We'll help you find doctors to get you better, and we'll work hard to maximize any recovery. Visit our website and look at our reviews to see how we've helped people just like you make this important decision. Harrell & Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
Looking for the ultimate tailgate spot this football season? Front Runners Tap House has 20-plus televisions, including a massive 396-inch television, so you won't miss a single play. Sink your teeth into extra crispy brine wings, smash burgers, and flatbreads. Fan favorites inspired by the local. Cold beer, a full bar, and the sound always on for every big game. Bring the family and catch every touchdown at Front Runners Tap House, inside the Community First Igloo.
Hello. The Checkmate Coatings phone line has you covered from the floor up. From tough sports topics to strong surfaces, Checkmate Coatings is your floor's missing piece and your connection to the sports world on 1010XL.
For over 55 years,
Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacresporting.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Football season is here, so I've got to get organized. Lauren Brooks here. Closets by Design creates custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms or entertainment centers, wherever that clutter has taken over. Call today to schedule a free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off with free installation. Yes, that's 40% off plus an additional 15% off this month only. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Go to WM.com/Duval.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprowski at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaprowskis are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprowski are the answer. Craig.Kaprowski at goosehead.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. Enjoy your college football weekend with us here on the Superstation, beginning on Saturday at 4 p.m. as we'll broadcast the Gators versus Long Island University game. And on Sunday, we'll also have the Miami versus Notre Dame game beginning at 7:30 on 92.5 FM. Right now, 82 degrees at 5 o'clock, time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Big Chief Tire Friday on the Frangie Show. For all of your tires and automotive service needs, it's Big Chief Tire.
We're at the Port Tap Room here, downtown Jacksonville. Fantastic, fantastic location. Corner of Laura and Forsyth, right in the middle of downtown, across from, kind of catty-cornered across from Visit Jacksonville. Man, oh man, they got all kind of taps here. So many local tap rooms. They're all indicated by the 904 at the top. If there's a beer you like, including Icy Light. Can you believe they have that
That
here?
is awesome.
I mean, I've never seen that anywhere else. They have it at Total Wines. I'll go in there and get some six-pack from time to time. But I can't believe they actually have that here. It is a fantastic place. It's packed on the weekends for football. I might wander by here this weekend to watch a little football. They do a great job. Tony and his crew are really good at it, and the food's great. We're about to try some of that out as well. Pete Prrisco joins us in about 10, 12 minutes or so. Florida and Long Island tomorrow. We haven't gotten to that one yet. I think Florida wins easy. Long Island's not very good. My worry is health. But I agree with Shane Matthews. I don't think I said earlier, I think he Lagway hands off a little bit and then gets out of the game. Watching USF now, I now feel like a good solid half from Lagway, and he's got to do more than just hand off and throw some checkdowns. I think Florida needs to find a bit of a rhythm on offense. The defense will be fine. They'll win easily, obviously. Is there a line, by the way? Is there even a line?
I saw one that's like 45 and a half.
Yeah, so something like that. And I said 55-10, so that'd be about right. But I think DJ Lagway needs to play that full half that Shane Matthews is talking about. And I think he needs to do enough different things, not just hand off, check down. I mean, I think he needs to be 12 of 15 for a couple hundred yards and some touchdowns. I think he needs to find a rhythm tomorrow before USF comes calling in 8 days.
I think that's the magic number. I would look, if I was Billy Napier, to get 40 snaps tomorrow from Lagway and my starters, and that would be 15 throws and 25 runs. And so that would be the balance that I'd be looking for, a little bit imbalance towards the ground game. But yeah, I would want DJ to take 15 drops and go through some things. Obviously, it's going to be very vanilla. They're not going to want to show, maybe that's the offense anyway. I'm not sure there's a lot of, chocolate and strawberry in the Napier scheme. So it may all be vanilla. But I think you keep it as plain as you can keep it. You don't want to tip things off for South Florida and beyond, LSU, Miami. But yeah, I'd say 40 offensive snaps for Lagway and your main guys. Without a doubt, he has got to at some point play football, and we're here. This is the season. I mean, I've never seen a college game where the starter came out after like 3 possessions. Warfel never did that.
Right.
Tebow never did that.
Right.
I mean, it's not something you do. So, yeah, until it's a 5-touchdown lead, he needs to be in the game. And I don't expect Long Island will be overly competitive, but I would like to think in 40 snaps, they should be able to build enough of a lead to where then you do feel comfortable removing Lagway from the game. And because he's got to figure out the backup too, particularly since now the backups have gotten a lot of reps with Lagway being out. But I do think you need to see, what can, Aiden Warner, what has he taken a step forward? Harrison Bailey, does he look comfortable in the offense? First-year Gator. And then you've got the true freshman, Tramel Jones, and I think he'll get a little bit of a look tomorrow too. So they've got to figure out the backup because history tells us that you're probably going to need him with Lagway's history.
Yeah, I'm interested in which one plays first. I'm guessing it's Aiden Warner, everything you hear. I'm guessing Aiden Warner is the backup. We'll find that out tomorrow. Whoever comes off the bench first, who's going to get the game at some point. I also think this, J. Mike Sturdivant, the former UCLA receiver who transferred in. Dallas Wilson, who's a freshman. Vernell Brown Jr., who's the third, who's the freshman. They need to play. They need to play some football in the swamp before USF comes in next week, and then before you have the LSU Miami stuff. So they need to play some. Aiden Meisel's played some and haven't played very much. There's not many. A lot of the guys that are going to play tomorrow, the offensive linemen, the top 2 running backs, most of those defensive guys, all those guys are all those guys, they're going to play. They've played a lot of football, but those receivers haven't. Those guys need to play some football. They really do.
Without a doubt. Again, and defensively, you want to see, again, you're not going to show much, but they've got a lot of great depth at all levels of that defense. You want to give those guys a chance. And again, it's you're going to have attrition. They've had it every year under Napier. I remember last year they go to Austin, Texas with like 15 guys out because of injuries. So particularly on the defensive side, you want to get as many guys reps as you can. You want, obviously, for them to stay engaged. If they don't play in a blowout against Long Island, then obviously you wonder, if you're still going to, get the best out of the kid in terms of his attention. But yeah, I play a lot of guys, cycle it through. There'll be some mistakes because it's the season opener, but they are so. This is a game that really Florida I don't believe should have scheduled. Right. I just think it's worlds different in terms of personnel. So this should be a game where no one is playing more than, certainly no junior, senior key player is playing more than 40 snaps in this game on either side of the football.
South Florida's in the house right there.
How about that?
Looking confident.
Yeah, big win last night.
Can you tell how confident they are? They're different. They got a smile on their face after last night.
As they should.
And they're coming next week. He's getting ready for that game next week. He's already ready for that.
They took all the potatoes from Boise last night.
The Bulls are in the house here at the Ford Tap Room. We're taking a break. Let's get into some NFL talk after this. Pete Prrisco waits on the other side on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
He's our Big Mac.
Woo! It's Smash Mouth football, baby!
Tom McManus brings his big opinions to Jaguars Today.
Every Friday morning at 10 a.m. on 1010XL.
Protected by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
It's time to elevate your back-to-school style with luxury and a brand new Cadillac.
Discover the 2025 Luxury XT6, a spacious 7-seat SUV starting at just $49,195. Perfect for carpooling or weekend adventures.
That's right, or step up your game with the stunning 2026 Vistique, Escalade, and Escalade IQ.
I want to go back to school in style.
You can. Visit us at Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville. This school year, it's all about style.
Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resist all on approved credit. Upgrade her diamond ring this summer with no money down and 0 interest for 5 years. Don't miss this killer offer from Beard's Diamonds. 5 years, 0 interest financing till the year 2030. Not just on engagement rings, also on earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry. Buy now and pay nothing down and spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest. So that $5,000 gift comes out to just $85 a month. Beard's Diamonds is Jacksonville's locally owned source for exquisite jewelry. We can do things the big corporate jewelers can only dream of, like lowering interest rates all the way down to 0. All GIA certified diamonds are included in this. Rounds, princess cuts, ovals, pear shapes, cushion cuts, emerald cuts. Whether you get a $5,000 diamond or a $50,000 diamond, you can spread your payments over 5 whole years. Get the Beard's Diamonds unbeatable price. Pay 0 down and spread your payments over 5 years. But hurry, this is a limited time offer that ends August 31st and will not be extended. Beard's Diamonds, St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beards. On approved credits and restrictions apply. See store for details.
I'm Max Fink on your Gator station. 1010XL is your pipeline to Gator Nation. Listen to the Gator Report all year round.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators. 1010XL.
Go, Gators!
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family's secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a Dandy today.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
Jaguars football is officially back. Be there as number 2 overall draft pick Travis Hunter, quarterback Trevor Lawrence, and new head coach Liam Cohen take the field for the first time during the 2025 NFL regular season. Secure your seats for when the Jaguars take on the Panthers September 7th by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Chip Davis, director of the Flounder Pounder Fishing Tournament. We are fast approaching our 16th annual tournament benefiting the Jacksonville School for Autism. With the help of our amazing community, we raised over $1.4 million the last 15 years. This year's tournament will be held at Palm Valley Outdoors on the Intercoastal Waterway. Captain's meeting is Thursday night, October 9th, and the tournament is Saturday, October 11th. I'm inviting you and your family to come out and enjoy our tournament festivities, raise some money, and support autism awareness. Special thanks to U.S. Army Recruitment Jacks for their support. Flounder Pounder for Autism 2025. See you there.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Time for all things Jaguars and NFL with Pete Prrisco. The Prrisco Report, presented by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Showtime.
On the Frangie Show.
All right, we thank our friends from Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Get this. Next Tuesday, cornerback Jordan Lewis, maybe the best player on the Jaguars that nobody talks about. Man, what a camp he's had. A terrific corner. He'll play outside in the base formation. He'll be the nickel when they're in nickel. Jordan Lewis will be at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Tuesday night, next Tuesday, right before the home opener. from 5:30 to 7:30. Advance autograph tickets are on sale right now. So head over to Showtime. You can find them at all those social channels, obviously Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But you want to get to Showtime right now. Jordan Lewis, meet one of the newest and coolest Jaguars you'll get to know. Jordan Lewis at Showtime. That is next Tuesday from 5:30 to 7:30. Advance tickets available right now. And they always sponsor Pete Prrisco's terrific NFL report. Pete joined us right now from CBSSports.com. Pete, how you doing, buddy?
Good. What's going on, guys?
We are ready for football, man. We are ready for college football. We're all geeked up for it, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But we're a week away, man. The 53 is set here, Pete. Any surprises? What do you think of the 53? Where's the work still left to be done? What do you think of the Jags roster now that it's complete?
Well, I think when you look at it, obviously they kept the 2 young undrafteds, which tells you how they wanted to get some young players in there, which I like, and that made a lot of sense. I still think ideally they'd like to have maybe one more better defensive tackle if they could find one. Right. And I think maybe a young safety is something they're still maybe possibly looking at. But aside from that, I think it was pretty straightforward. I mean, when you look at it, I didn't think there were really many surprises. To go get Tim Patrick, they had been in the market for a big receiver. And they went and got one. And everything you hear about Tim Patrick is he's a pro's pro. So I think it's a good thing to go get a guy like that and bring him into the room.
Did you like, Pete, the Darnell Savage thing? I mean, do you think that that's somebody that they should try to move, or do you think that he'll be fine as a backup? And Jabril Peppers gets released today in New England. Would he be somebody at safety that you think the Jaguars might be interested in?
I think they need a young safety if they're going to make a move. I mean, I'm always a big believer in you go find young guys that are like drafted in the 5th round that might not make a team or on the practice squad. You bring them in and they show the ability to run and hit, and they just have to learn how to play NFL safety and the communication and all that stuff. And I think that's what you're looking for. So am I surprised Savage was on the roster? Yeah. Quite frankly, what does he do? He's a backup safety, and he's, the 3rd nickel maybe, or the backup nickel. Right. And I don't think that makes sense to keep him around. But, again, you keep him until somebody else maybe wanted him, and it didn't look like anybody did, or you get a better replacement. Right now they don't have one.
Same question, Pete, about Devin Lloyd. He's a first-round draft pick, but I don't think he's a starter. And I don't know this because they keep alternating him. Or alternated him through the camp and preseason. But my guess is that Ventrell Miller's going to start ahead of him. I know they really like Jack Kaiser, although he's probably played more Mike than Will of late. But what do you think happens with Devin Lloyd, and what's your take on the entire linebacker situation?
It's a weird scenario with Devin Lloyd because he's probably going to be the backup to Ventrell Miller, like you said, and he doesn't play special teams. And so what do you do with him? And I don't know if there's a market for him out there, and all of a sudden you're sitting there stuck with the guy. I mean, they still could let him go. I don't think they will, but they could. And again, this all goes back to the bulky drafts. I mean, they cleaned house on a lot of those drafts, and you look at it and you go, okay, they're starting anew. I mean, that draft, when you look back on it, they traded up to get Lloyd and then drafted Muma when they had already signed Luakon. I mean, it was a disaster from the word get-go. It made no sense. The whole operation of it made no sense, and I think you're seeing him clean house. So I think Miller will start. I think he's better. He's a thumper, and he's gotten much better against the pass, and which I think he needed to do. And so I don't know what you do with Devin Lloyd. I think that's one of the mysteries of what they might do. And again, if you found a young linebacker that might be able to help on special teams and be a terror on special teams, then maybe you do that and let him go. But I don't think he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be on the field starting, and he doesn't play special teams.
It looks like the offensive line is going to be Little, Cleveland, Hainsey, McCary, and Harrison. What do you make of this offensive line?
The one thing that stands out when you watch the tape from when they were on the field, they're so much better coached than they were. And that shows up. I mean, it really does. The offensive line last year was a disaster, and it looked poorly coached. The one thing you can say about this group, they don't look poorly coached. They look like they understand what they're doing, how to get to the guys, how to, team up on those doubles and get to the second level. And to me, that's the biggest difference. Are they physically that much better? who knows? But they look like they're better coached. I'll say this: Ezra Cleveland's been really good he's been really good this summer, and he looks like he's stronger and added weight. He's been in the run game. He's been really good, and I think across the board, those guys have played pretty well. Are they dominant players? Probably not, but I think you can get by with what you have there, and maybe run the ball and play action pass off of that.
Pete, let's go around the league a little bit now that everybody's 53 is set. Any surprises? I mean, any big ones for you? Like, wow, that guy's still there, or that guy's cut, or that guy won the quarterback job? And there may not be, but did anything jump off the page at all now that everybody's got their 53 set?
No, it did not. And when you look at it and you go, okay, guys have been cut already. And I think Liam Cohn made that point a couple weeks ago to you guys when he said, I got 50 of my 53, I know. And I think that's pretty much the way it is around the league nowadays. Every camp I go to, I look at it in my mind. I say, okay, these guys are on it. These three will be fighting for a job, provided nobody gets hurt, and then the rest of them will be on practice squad. And you can figure it out. It's not that complicated. And I think teams do a really good job of whittling down their roster and getting a good bearing on where they are from a cap standpoint, and being able to make those decisions on cut day. Back in the past, you'd see big names get cut. There weren't any big names cut. No major guys cut. And so I think that's a tribute to the NFL and how they handle their rosters now.
Two quick follow-ups. I was very underwhelmed with the Dolphins down there. I mean, like really underwhelmed. I thought the Jags third-teamers kind of hung around with their first-teamers longer than they should have. Maybe they just weren't very inspired. What happens in Miami? How good will they be? And second question, is Kyle Trask just no good? Does nobody want him? Can he play in the league? Because Tampa Bay cut him with very little fanfare. What do you think of the Dolphins, and will Kyle Trask get a chance to play in the league?
Okay, let me start with the Dolphins. I'm with you, Frank. And I've seen them twice, practices this summer. I was there in camp early, and then I was there the other day when they worked with Jacksonville. And I'm just not enamored with that group. I think their corners are bad. They're going to have problems there. They got young kids playing, but they're going to have issues there if they don't rush the passer. And when you say, okay, if they don't rush the passer, you're expecting Phillips and Chubb to get back to being what they were coming off major injuries, and that's hard to do. So I'm concerned about them from that standpoint. Offensively, Patrick Paul, people keep pointing to the left. That kid's not going to be a problem. That's the least of their worries on that offensive line. I think he's a really good player. They have some other issues up front. And then there's the whole, the running backs are hurt again. Tyreek Hill in and out. What do you do? Waddle dropped a ton of passes last year. Can Tua stay on the field? I think you're going to see a new general manager and new coach in Miami after the season. And as far as I'm sorry, what was
Kyle Trask.
You know what's funny about that, Frank? And this is a true story. I went to Tampa a couple years ago in training camp. I'd gone in May. Baker Mayfield was a quarterback, clear quarterback. I went back in training camp, and I remember Jason Light and others in that organization telling me we had a true quarterback competition going on. I said, you're out of your mind. They said, no, it is. And I went to they had a practice inside the bubble, and Baker Mayfield looked like he was shell-shocked because of the quarterback competition. Had a bad practice, 2 interceptions. And the reality was they were just trying to put a little fire underneath them. There was never a quarterback competition, although Canales kind of led it that there was. Trask just doesn't have, from what I understand, the old fire in the belly. He's just, I guess is he a really nice guy? I guess he is. I don't know.
He is.
And so I think that's the take on him, Frank, is that, nice guy. But think about it. He was the backup in Tampa, and Jacksonville's backup isn't very good right now, and they didn't exactly go get him.
Right. Interesting.
What'd you make of the Micah Parsons trade?
By the way, let me get to the backup in Jacksonville. If they have to play that kid for long periods of time, they have major problems, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put that out there. I've said it already on the Monday show. I don't think Nick Bones, I don't think he's very good. If they have to play long periods, he's great to have in the locker room, but if you have to play long periods of time with him, that's going to be an issue. As far as the Micah Parsons trade, look, if you're the Green Bay Packers and you have the youngest roster in the league, at least going in, they were last year, and they have pretty much a lot of the same guys. They haven't gotten that much older. I think they'll be, but when it's all tallied up, they'll be the youngest again. Why not go get a 26-year-old edge rusher that changes the way you play on defense? I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. And I was there in training camp, and I sat with Matt LaFleur, and I said, what's your biggest concern? He goes, we got to get the quarterback on the ground. He said, we didn't, Rashawn Gary's a good player. He didn't play as well last year. Lucas Van Ness has flashed in training camp, but we need him to do more. Is it going to continue? Well, you now balance the line. You got one guy on one side now, and you can put those other two on the other side. And that changes the way you play on defense. And so I give the Packers credit for making the move. I had already picked them to go to the Super Bowl to begin with. I love that young team. I think they're across the board. Youth will be served. The first-year players are now second-year players. The second-year players are now third-year players. And those are when you want the big jumps. And you're going to see a lot of jumps with those guys. So I love the move from the Packers. Of course, it costs money. And I get it. I usually hate paying and, trading and paying. But in this scenario, I'm okay with it. Now, he's got to be minding his P's and Q's now. He can't be, Jalen Ramsey 2.0 or whatever. He's got to be, guys focused, and how's that going to play out in Green Bay? But if he is, I think it's a good trade. From the Cowboys standpoint, look, he boxed himself in. He was being stubborn. He wasn't going to go to a certain number. And when Jerry Jones, thinks he's getting taken advantage of, he's going to stand firm. And if you're Jerry Jones, everybody goes, they asked me this question the other day on the air when I was talking about it. They said, how's Jerry going to handle all the pushback from all the fans? Just like he's handled everything over the years. He's the owner of the team. He doesn't give a damn. As long as the checks keep going, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Sure, he wants to win the Super Bowl, but you think he's going to resign his being the general manager over something like that? Absolutely not. And by the way, the Cowboys will have a ton of cap room next year and the first-round picks.
It'll be interesting to see. And Hayes made a good point. If the Packers are as good as you and others think they are, and I think you might be right, they're going to be really low picks. But it'll be interesting to see the way it plays out. So, all right, football right around the corner. Before I let you go, give me one thought on college football. You excited about Sam Leavitt? What do you think about that? What do you think about Ohio State tomorrow against Texas? What do you think?
I think Texas will win that game. I think Texas is better. I think the quarterback at Ohio State could be an issue, so that's a concern. They are talented, though, but Texas is really talented. And as far as tonight, it'll be fun? Baylor-Auburn will be fun tonight. Watch the Baylor quarterback, by the way. I love him from last year. I was on him early. Now guys are starting to get on him. Keep an eye on that kid. He can sling it around a little bit. As far as Sam Leavitt, here's what I know about ASU. They're loaded. They're supposed to be good. Northern Arizona will have them like in a close game in the third quarter because that's just what they do.
Well, we'll see because the coach, I think, is really good. We'll see if it turns out that way. Pete Prrisco checking in from CBS Sports. Pete, enjoy your last weekend off, brother. We'll talk to you next week. See you, man.
You got it. Take care, guys.
All right, Pete Prrisco, boy, he does a good job. Nobody knows the NFL better than my buddy Pete. I really believe that. Pete Prrisco from CBSSports.com. Always brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. And by the way, it's a great Tuesday next week at Showtime. Jordan Lewis, a guy you're really going to like, by the way, and a terrific player. Doesn't get nearly enough attention. He'll be a starter for the Jags and a very important one. He's signing autographs at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on Phillips Highway at the end of Shad Road on Tuesday night. That's Tuesday night. He'll be there from 5:30 to 7:30. We'll remind you of that again on Tuesday and before that. Advanced autograph tickets are available right now. Go see Jordan Lewis, and thanks again to our friends from Showtime for always sponsoring the Pete Prrisco Report. You ready to do picks?
Let's do it.
Can I add Syracuse, Tennessee, and Georgia Tech, Colorado, get us to 8?
Sure.
You okay with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, you won't find me?
Not at all.
All right.
You're the head of the competition committee.
We're going to do picks coming up in a bit. Our first picks contest brought to you by our friends at Ricketts Electric. That's next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Hayes Carline for Atlantic Infinity. If you're shopping for a new ride, you've got to check out Atlantic Infinity. Not only do you get a luxury vehicle, you also get the Atlantic Infinity Promise, free with every new car. That's almost $2,500 in added value just for buying smarter. And you don't have to sweat it out on the lot. Shop in their indoor, climate-controlled showroom. It's cool, comfortable, and hassle-free. They're on Atlantic near St. John's Bluff, or browse anytime at AtlanticInfinity.com.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles update. Savor this Labor Day weekend and then get in the mood for Jags football with an in-store signing on Tuesday, September 2nd with Jaguar Jordan Lewis. Join us for a signing with Jordan Lewis this coming Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. only at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Looking for summer fun the whole family can enjoy? Check out Wick, a candle bar. Make your own custom candles and body care products in store at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Triumph has branched off from on-road to off-road. Give us the latest on what they've got.
They've got the 250 and the 450. Rick Carmichael designed these bikes himself, and they are bad to the bone.
So you're talking about a really cool effect from a bike off-road that Triumph had on-road forever.
It is, and it's out there winning races, and it is fun to ride.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville, their showroom on Atlantic near Regency, or online on their Facebook page.
There's a new game changer in downtown Jacksonville, and it's not the two-way star you might be thinking of. It's Pour Tap Room Jacksonville at Laura and Forsyth. 2 floors, 80 self-pour taps of craft beer, wine and cocktails, and a full liquor bar. Pour Tap Room has all your game day favorites. Wings, burgers, and more. You can even grab a slice or a pie next door at Pizza Dynamo, and they'll bring it right to your table. Pour Tap Room Jacksonville, a beer festival every day.
The 30th annual Reggie Hunt Memorial Golf Tournament fundraiser is Friday, October 24th at Amelia River Golf Club. All proceeds support Big Brothers Big Sisters. Register at the Big Brothers Big Sisters events page.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, got a minute?
Always. What's on your mind?
This time of year, my air conditioner is running non-stop. Hot all day, hot all night. It has to run constantly just to keep up.
Well, that's what they do.
But if something happens to it in the middle of a 2-week heat wave, I'm in trouble, Jason. I can't wait 3 days or 2 days or even the next day for service. If you can't get someone here today, I'm sweating by tonight. What if it breaks, Jason?
You call me, pal. That's what we do. Bueller Air and Plumbing.
But you're probably swamped with calls from everyone else's AC that ran nonstop and then broke in a heat wave, so they called you because that's what you do.
But we always have room for an emergency. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we have techs standing by because we know these things happen.
So I don't need to worry. Wow. That time you calmed me down without even using the sunglasses.
Oh, I was reaching for them.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Time for the Frangie Show Picks of the Week, brought to you by Ricketts Electric, Jacksonville's power connection. The Ricketts Picks start now.
Are you kidding me? Are you ready for this, Carline? You don't look ready.
I'm ready. I feel good.
Carline says I win every year. What are you kidding me?
I feel good.
JJ La Selva, he hails from South Ocala. You ready for this, JJ?
I am ready.
Let's do this. Here's our records. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's the records. Let's get right to it. JJ, you are going to lead us off on a Friday afternoon on the First Coast, and I'm going right to the top. Texas on the road against Ohio State. High noon. JJ, who do you like?
I'm just not going to trust a quarterback that I haven't seen in such a big game. I know Arch doesn't have that many games under his belt, but I'm rolling with the Longhorns in this one.
Longhorn, says J.J. La Selva. I'm going the other way. Ohio State's at home. I think the Buckeyes win with Julian saying. Just saying. Sorry.
Well done.
Sorry. Had to get there. I'll take Ohio State. Hayes?
I like Texas here. I think defensively they're better, and I think the game being at noon is a big help to them. So I'll take the Longhorns on the road.
You telling me I got a game picker up right out of the gate? Right out of the gates, what you're telling me? All right. I'll go first here. Bama and FSU. Bama wins this one. I'll be interested to see how FSU hangs around, but Bama wins. Hayes?
Chief Osceola is going to plant the spear. And then the Noles are going to shock the world. Oh, my. Florida State takes down Bama in Doak Campbell Stadium. The Noles pull off the shocker and beat Bama.
I've been looking at these taps. I wasn't watching when you wandered over there. It's very clear now. Listen. Now you know those taps work. I wasn't sure they worked. Now they work. JJ LaSelva.
I'm going to go with Bama. I think Bama wins and covers the 13.5. But I love Hayes' pick.
Okay.
Takes cojones.
Is there anything I can do with it? Now, I respect that. I respect you. And I don't even like you, but I respect the pick.
I've always believed in Mike Norvell. Everyone knows that.
Clemson, they're going to rub the rock. They're going to come down and rub the rock. They're going to come down like the hill and stuff. That's what they're going to do. Clemson at home against LSU. Hayes Carline.
I'm going to go with LSU here on the road. I just feel like at some point, LSU's got to win an opener. So I will take Nussmeier, a revamped defensive front. I will take the LSU Tigers over Clemson.
From Ocala Forest High School, JJ LaSelva, LSU Clemson.
Yeah, I don't really get all the Clemson love this offseason. I'm going with Nussmeier and the Tigers of LSU.
You don't get those game picker-uppers very often. I'm coming Clemson. That's what I'm going to do. You can't be afraid in this world.
They are favored.
They are. Notre Dame and Miami, I'm up first. No, am I up first? Yeah, I'm up. No, JJ's up first, right? Notre Dame and Miami. JJ, I know you're nervous. Who's going to win here?
I am very nervous. I think Miami will split the Notre Dame-Florida games. I'm not sure which one they'll win or lose. I'm going to roll with the Canes, though. Just a freshman quarterback in the first game of the season for Notre Dame. I'll go with Miami.
I'm coming with the Canes, too. I've been back and forth on this one 1,000 times. I'll take Miami. Hayes Carline.
I think Notre Dame. I just think they can match Miami's physicality. I like Marcus Freeman. I think he's a better game day coach than Mario Cristobal. I like the Fighting Irish.
All right. We got a lot of game picker-uppers. I love this. South Carolina, Virginia Tech, I go first. I believe in the quarterback at South Carolina. I'll take the Gamecocks at home. Hayes?
Yeah, I like Lenora Sellers. South Carolina may lose a game that they shouldn't lose at some point this season, but I don't think it's going to be this one. Give me South Carolina.
And JJ.
I'm going with the clean sweep. Gamecocks.
All right. Hayes, you're up first. TCU, Texas Christian University against Jordan. What's her last name?
Hudson.
Belichick.
Against Jordan Hudson. Hayes, you are up. Who do you like in Chapel Hill at Kenan Memorial Stadium?
I mean, this is like the hardest game to pick because I just have no idea if Bill Belichick is still even a semblance of himself. He's underdog in this game, but I'll say North Carolina gets it done. Bill Belichick has something ready, and North Carolina takes down TCU.
JJ LaSelva.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick against Bill Belichick because I don't want to cheer against Bill Belichick, so I'm going with the North Carolina Tar Heels.
I am too. I want to go the other way, but I think North Carolina's going to win it. 2 more to go. We're going to add a couple. Tonight, Colorado. Ooh. At home against Georgia Tech. I'm a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech and a heck of an engineer. I just want to throw that in there on a Friday afternoon. JJ, who do you like?
I love Georgia Tech in this matchup. I am very skeptical of what Colorado is going to look like post-Shador. I'm going with Georgia Tech and Haynes King.
I'll take Colorado. Hayes Carline.
I'm going to take Georgia Tech as well. I think the experience of the quarterback, I do worry about Colorado post the Travis Hunter world. So I will take Georgia Tech to get a big road win.
A lot of Colorado, a lot of game picker-uppers. Our final game, I added it on. I'll take Tennessee at home against Syracuse. Hayes Carline.
I like Syracuse. I think they're physical. I think Tennessee might struggle with the quarterback. And so I like Syracuse. Low-scoring game, but I think the Orange pull it out.
JJ LaSelva.
I know Syracuse had a great offense last year, but they lost their quarterback, lost a couple key players on offense. I'm going to go with the Vols, and I agree with Hayes in a low-scoring game.
All right. Love this. We have 8 games picked. Only 2 games did we pick the same team, so we got a lot of game picker-uppers coming up. 8 games as we kick off our picks contest. Now, we are giving away Florida-Tennessee tickets here at the Pour Tap Room. Florida-Tennessee, one of the great rivalries in college football. 2 tickets, we're giving them away. We'll draw for them after the break. This is 1010XL at 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Major League Baseball, after becoming the 21st player in Major League history to hit 4 home runs in a game, Kyle Schwarber has moved up as the betting favorite to lead the league in home runs this season. He has 49. That is 1 behind Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners. Schwarber is at minus 110 to take the home run title. Raleigh plus 105. Shohei Ohtani plus 1,200 and Aaron Judge plus 6,000. Ohtani is the runaway favorite to win the National League MVP at minus 1,100. Schwarber is at plus 450. In the American League, Judge is minus 160. Raleigh plus 125. Earn cash back on your gaming transactions with the GBank Signature Visa Card at vsin.com/GBank. I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010 XL.
Got a clogged drain that just won't quit? It's time to bring in the pros. Duck Duck Rooter.
I called Duck Duck Rooter for a clogged kitchen drain. They showed up fast and had it cleared in no time. No mess, no stress.
We've seen it all. Grease clogs, hairballs, mystery goo from the deep. Whatever's blocking your pipes, we'll get it flowing again. Call 904-862-6769 now to schedule your drain cleaning service. That's 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the duck.
Fall is here. The air is crisp. Football is on, and the perfect backyard atmosphere starts with a high-quality fireplace from CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Hey, it's Joe C. Imagine nights by the fire, cheering on your team, surrounded by friends and family. CSS can transform your outdoor space into the ultimate game day destination. Stylish, warm, and built for memories. With several wood, gas, and electric options, let CSS make your backyard the best seat in the house. Visit CSSFireplaces.com.
This is the final week of Beards Diamond's incredible free finance offer. Hicken here. This week only, make any purchase, spread those payments over 5 years without a dime in interest payments. Not just on engagement rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry. Buy now, pay nothing down, spread your payments over 5 years. Such a smart way to buy, and nobody else can do it. 5 years, 0 interest. You can even finance the sales tax. All GIA certified diamonds are included in this. I'm talking rounds, princess cuts, ovals, pear-shaped, cushion cuts, emerald cuts. You get the idea. Whether you get a $5,000 diamond or a $50,000 diamond, spread those payments over 5 whole years. Get the Beards Diamonds unbeatable price. Pay 0 down, spread your payments over 5 years. Lots of folks are doing this, but time is running out. The offer ends on Sunday and will not be extended. Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beards.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, school's in session, and here's today's lesson. We have hundreds of certified vehicles to choose from, starting as low as $89.99. Plus, they come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile peace of mind warranty and free oil changes. That means you and your soon-to-be drivers will be protected. Plus, every purchase allows us to fund teachers' projects for the entire school year. Your next assignment, get to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, or Beaver Mitsubishi in St. Augustine. We're here to wow you and our teachers.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
There's certain places you know if you go in, they got what you're looking for, like Gate Convenience Stores and Cold Modelo's. That's the ticket. Or get on the craft side of things with something from Bolt City or Sweetwater. Hit the cooler at Gate, full of choices and all of them good.
Football is a game of inches, and at Front Runners Tap House, every inch counts. Catch every big play on their massive 396-inch giant television. The ultimate game day experience is waiting for you at Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Now the cool down with Donovan
Oven, Air, Electric, and Plumbing. Keeping Jax cool since 87.
All right, today, what a good show. We've been live from the Port Tap Room. Wonderful place in downtown. Corner of Laura and Forsyth. Come check it out sometime. Great food. All these beers on tap. It's a fantastic, fantastic place. We talked a little college football mostly today. We talked about games. We did our picks. We're looking forward to that. That'll be an awful lot of fun. Talked about USF looking pretty good last night. Nebraska, not so much. We covered all of that. Pete Prrisco joined us to talk Jaguars football, and we certainly talked about the Jaguar roster. He likes the roster the way it is, and we talked about the games upcoming. The Noles against Alabama. Hayes is picking the Noles.
Yes.
After he left the Taps over there. We've talked about the Gators in LIU as well, so it's going to be a fun weekend, no question about it. Now, let's pick some winners. Someone's going to the Florida-Tennessee game. We're going to draw one out of here. Florida-Tennessee, one of the best rivalries in all of college football. You guys are all waiting around. I'm taking a little time. I'm going to make y'all wait. I'm going to take my time and pick this thing out. All right, you ready? Y'all ready? They're all ready. The winner, hang on. I got one in here. I'm getting there, I promise. This one. The winner going to see Florida and Tennessee, Tesha Sims. Tesha Sims. Is Tesha here?
All right.
There's Tesha. Tesha's going to the game. Congratulations, Tesha. Tesha's here, and she's on her way to see Florida play Tennessee. And glad you came here, Tesha. So there you go. Tesha Sims is the winner. She is going to see Florida and Tennessee. All right, a couple more minutes. By the way, we didn't get to the story yet. You see where Sully got a 3-game suspension?
Yeah, and Scott Strickland got a 3-year extension.
Yeah, he did.
2030.
Yeah, and so two thoughts on that. First of all, I'll start with the Sully story. Kevin O'Sullivan, really good baseball coach. He's been to 9 College World Series, has a national championship, been to the finals 3 times. He's done a magnificent job, but he showed his tail at Coastal Carolina, and he blew a gasket, and he was rude to people, and he bullied people, and he got called out on it by the host of the tournament, Coastal Carolina. He also got written up by the NCAA selection committee, and today it was announced that Scott Strickland in Florida will do it in-house. He's going to get suspended for 3 games, which that's a solid suspension. Now they play UAB to start the season, so it's against UAB. But and Sully apologized. He reached out and said he was at fault. He took responsibility for it. But it's a good message. You can't, no matter how mad you get, you can't act. And I like Sully, by the way. I'm a Sully fan. But you can't act like that. So interesting stuff. The other thing is, yes, Scott Strickland. And by the way, good for Florida. I've stood by this. I'm biased because Scott and I are friends. But beyond that, I am shocked that there's been that much pushback against Scott Strickland, the athletic director at Florida. I mean, if you think about it, the basketball coach he handpicked just won the national championship. The football coach he handpicked seems to have that thing going in a really good direction. We'll see if it is or not. The facilities have never been this good. The standalone football facilities led to all that great recruiting. The baseball facility that he built is one of the best in the country. NIL is fully funded. They are ready for the rev share world. Why on earth anybody would want Scott Strickland fired was astounding to me. I mean, okay, if you're on a bunch of probation and you lose a bunch of money and all your coaches are losing, okay, then you fire the AD. He may be the wrong guy. I am shocked that there's been this much pushback against him.
Well, I think he's handled the basketball program about as well as you possibly could. There are ADs that could have given Mike White an extension and said, we like our guy. He makes the tournament. We're going to give him an extension. He didn't do that. He kind of knew that it might not be as good as it should be. Mike White leaves of his own volition and by the grace of God to go to Georgia. Which then opens up Scott Strickland hiring Todd Golden, who no one knew who he was.
That's the thing.
I mean, it's one thing to go hire like if Chris Beard's available,
right?
And you hire Chris Beard and he wins the national title. Okay,
right.
Well, you kind of knew he was a star.
Correct.
And no one knew who Todd Golden was, and he now sits atop the world in college basketball and is positioned to stay there with the roster that he's brought in. And yeah, I mean. Again, the Napier hire, obviously, we have a very important season coming up. If it goes poorly, he could be fired. But if it goes well, if they go 10-2, I mean, he doesn't have to go 10-2 to keep his job. But my point is, what if he goes 10-2? They're the 7 seed in the playoff, and then with the schedule that they have played, they will be as battle tested as any team in that tournament. I mean, it's not ridiculous to think that by the time you get to January 30th, the University of Florida has 2 very accomplished coaches in men's basketball and in football. And even if it doesn't work out with Napier, he's been a good addition to Florida.
Right.
He totally cleaned up the locker room. They're in a much better place now than they were when Dan Mullen was there. And look, DJ Lagway is on your campus because of Billy Napier being your coach. So if DJ Lagway ends up being a superstar, well, Scott Strickland deserves some credit for that as well.
Yeah, and all the other stuff matters too. The facilities, the fundraising, that program is the fact that he's invited all these selection committees and NCAA committees. He's a really good AD to have as your AD. And again, I'm just surprised yet again that there's been pushback the way there has. I've never gotten that, and so anyway. And by the way, they are going to renovate the Swamp. They're not going to lose many seats the way it looks. You know, I think that the official capacity, by the way, now is 88,000. They get 90 in there some. I think it's going to go down to 84, 85, so it's not going to be much. So you're still going to, when you're busting at the seams, instead of it being 90 and a half, it's going to be 88. You know, so they're not going to lose many seats. He's a really good AD, and I'm glad he got extended. So I feel good about that.
Yeah, I agree. And again, now it's on Napier.
Yeah, that's right.
If Billy Napier ends up being the long-term guy, Scott Strickland's going to be known as one of the best athletic directors in the country.
Right.
Because I don't know how
Great
long
point.
Todd Golden's going to be at Florida, but there's
Right.
never going to be a dip.
No.
I mean, I can assure you of that. As long as Todd Golden is in Gainesville,
Right.
you're going to have a basketball team that you can be proud of.
Yeah. And by the way, no matter what, Todd Golden knows the rest of the way. He's one of the best hires in Florida history,
Without a doubt.
No matter what happens.
Tennessee just gave Rick Barnes a lifetime contract.
Right.
They've
never been to the Final Four.
Right.
Yeah. Tennessee, by the way, the University of Tennessee, with Bernard King and Ernie Grunfeld and all the stuff they've done of late with Bruce Pearl and Rick Barnes, has never been to a. Did you know that?
It's unbelievable.
They've never been to a Final Four. Like zero. You know, Florida's been to 6 of them.
Yeah, don't take it for granted. I mean, if you're Florida, I mean that success that you're having in men's basketball, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, it really, really is. All right, that's just about going to do it. Well, college football's going to be fun. Starts tonight.
That's right.
2 fun games tonight. Auburn, Baylor's fun. Georgia Tech, Colorado's fun. A lot of fun games tomorrow, starting right at noon with Syracuse, Tennessee, and, of course, Texas, Ohio State. FSU, Alabama's a fun one. Gators will be fun for us just watching it. Georgia should have an easy one with Marshall. But the bottom line is it's here. We got here. They're all playing. I do want to thank our friends one more time from the Pour Tap Room. Tony and his team do a really good job. It's located downtown, corner of Laura and Forsyth. It's a great place to watch college football, pro football, any sport you like. Food is fantastic. I've already sampled a little bit of it. You've got some on your way home that you'll get to sample.
Can't wait. It smells great.
And so they have really done a terrific job. So we really do appreciate our folks. So the one other thing, by the way, if you're going to the Gator game, tip of the cap to Billy Donovan. He's going to be honored tomorrow night. He's going into the Hall of Fame, which is very deserving. So you'll see him. Folks, that'll do it for our program. Enjoy all the college football. Have a great Labor Day weekend. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. For Hayes and JJ, I'm Frank Frangie. So long.